What's going on, everyone? I'm just a typical, average American here today to react to the 2013 Southern Ontario ice storm. So, here in the United States, the winter is usually not that bad. Especially where I am in Indiana. We we actually get kind of excited when there's finally some snow. But apparently in Canada, you guys have plenty of snow. More snow than you know what to do with. And you guys get these full-blown ice storms. I'm actually not exactly sure what an ice storm technically is. Is it like a blizzard? Is it different than a severe winter storm? I don't know. I guess there's just a lot of ice involved, I suppose. That would make sense. And it says here that one of the worst ice storms in Canadian history was called the 2013 Southern Ontario Ice Storm. This was only like 12 years ago. So, as an American who I haven't really been in any legit ice storms, certainly not the ones that you get up in Canada, that's for sure. So, I'm actually really curious to see what this is like. So let's take a look.
Well, we all know December can truly hold some amazing weather and some scary weather.
Oh my goodness gracious. Look at all the damage and mayhem, by the way. There's like all these tree limbs have fallen down. The entire place is frozen over.
Well, we all know December can truly hold some amazing weather and some scary weather, especially
when I imagine like what a severe ice storm would be like, it's like, you know, a lot of snow, some hail, hail, like the pebbles coming down, like, oh, that's annoying. Literally everything is frozen. There is a layer of ice on everything. Like the trees. That's weird to me. Like how thick the ice is on the tree branches. Like, how freaking cold does it have to be for that to happen?
Especially right before Christmas. And Mark Robinson.
Oh my God. Oh my God. This is insane. Yeah. I've never experienced anything remotely close to this. Look at all the damage. Look at all the Canadians out helping, by the way. Everyone, like, grabbed a shovel and is out in your winter clothing. If this happened in the United States, you better believe it'd be a ghost town. Like, people would be scared to go outside. And honestly, I bet at this point, like, if you live in Canada, you're better at balancing, like, on ice and snow. We'd just be falling everywhere. It'd be a disaster. But this is actually quite tragic. It looks like a lot of damage has been done, probably to houses and I don't even know. Do you drive on this? How do you even go anywhere?
Let's take the audience back now into 2013.
Wow. Oh my God. That guy has a chainsaw. This guy's got his own chainsaw. Like he's prepared. Like he's done this before. Like he's prepared for the ice storms. He's like, time to get the chainsaw out again. Time to dust it off. Where'd I put old Bessie, the chainsaw?
Wow, yeah, 2013 was the giant ice storm, and that was one of the more that was the most impactful storm, I think, ice storm that I've ever been through.
Absolutely, and that for me was when I sort of just started my career here at the Weather Network. I was about a year in, and
is this the kind of thing you remember? Like, I don't know. I've seen other like crazy snow stuff in Canada. Maybe you guys just get like used to this after a while. I assume you do, but they're saying that this storm in particular, 2013, if you were in southern Ontario, why not northern Ontario? Why not western? Why specifically southern? That's quite unlucky to be exactly there. That's where like Toronto is and stuff, right? So that actually sucks. Is this the kind of thing you remember more than other years?
I remember they said you're going live. They were calling this
Yeah.
the nightmare before, during, and after Christmas. I remember being in Speyside and everything
Oh my God, there's people out. There are people out and about, like driving in this. That I can't relate to. Although I think I learned that in Canada, you guys have like special winter ice grade tires that let you like actually do stuff. That's not a thing like in the United States. You don't like switch your tires out. So I think that's a big leg up you guys have because we just accept. I mean, let's be honest here. I've stayed indoors. I've had work be canceled, or back in my childhood, school canceled for days for much less than this. for way less than this.
was coated in ice. There were people loaded in trains trying to get to their Christmas destinations, and these trains were stuck.
What? It's these kind of images shock me like the most. Like the cop car, the lights are encased in ice. That's something you like only see in Canada, I feel like.
On the track.
Yeah, and I remember being in Acton, and it was just like I think if I remember correctly, I was started in the afternoon. It was in the evening, and I'm standing there doing a live hit, and a tree collapses
Wow.
right behind me. So the whole
my
thing just
God.
goes down behind me.
So these severe winter ice storms actually seem to cause trees to fall down a lot, which is really dangerous. Could like ruin your house.
I couldn't see it. My cameraman's like, step forward as this whole thing is happening.
I'm so entertained by every shot here. Look at these two. This Canadian police officer and this Canadian fellow just chatting, just standing around in the ice storm like, get a load of this. Pretty good ice storm this today. Not gonna stop me from getting to Tim Hortons, I guess. Like, the fact that just they're out there standing.
But that, of course,
Oh my goodness. The road is frozen. The road is frozen. Trees down. God. This would, where I am from, this would bring everything to a standstill. Like, everyone would be just inside for like, I don't even know how long. It'd actually be very, very bad. A power line's literally dangling in the road.
meant that power was going out. We were watching power flashes. It was a storm that was like I still remember it. I can still see the damage
Me too.
down some of those streets near my
Whoa.
dad lives in Georgetown. There's still damaged trees there.
Wow, that is a lot of damage. Jeez. It's really a lot of the trees falling down, causing a lot of the damage.
Absolutely. And I remember looking at some of the numbers at Pearson Airport, every single flight being canceled, over 40 hours of freezing rain. To see the storm come in right before Christmas.
Oh my God. This did not stop. Like, in a lot of American towns or small cities, like we all drive, you know. I don't really know what it's like to get out and take the bus, but it did not stop these Canadians.
Over 40 hours of freezing rain. To see the
Oh my God, this did not stop anybody from going anywhere. Everyone's just getting on. Is it like, I'm not gonna bother driving, I'm just gonna let the bus driver do it? Or like, that's a lot of people using the bus.
storm come in right before Christmas, it was heartbreaking for so many families across Eastern Canada. So Mark, what do we need for a storm like this to happen to essentially build up that much ice?
A little bit of cold, a little bit of warm. I mean that's really.
So there's like a specific meteorology reason why this ice storm stuff happens. She even referred to it as you need ice to collect. what, in the clouds? Or how does this work? You need a little cold and a little warm.
How it works. You have at the surface nice cold layer. Above that, though, you might have a little layer of warm air, and then go above that, and you're back up to the freezing. So the snowflakes begin to fall down. They hit that warm layer, and they melt. But depending on how thick that layer is, you'll either have ice pellets because it refreezes, it gets back down into the cold layer, or you get super cooled water, which means that it's below freezing.
What? What kind of crazy weather phenomenons are you guys getting onto? What on earth? You need like this perfect scenario, and then you get these crazy ice storms. It's really ice falling from the sky, melting in the warm layer, whatever causes that, and then freezing cold water just getting everywhere and immediately freezing. That explains how you get all this perfect ice encapsulating everything. That explains it. It's water, and then it like instantly freezes.
When it hits the ground, so it gets back into that cold layer.
Oh my God, imagine being this guy. Imagine being this guy. Legend says his minivan is still there. At least their car got to be part of this news segment. That sucks. What do you even do? Your car's not only been hit by a tree, but it's like frozen in place. That is unfortunate. Oh my.
Back into that cold layer, stays liquid, but as soon as it touches, it instantly.
Is that would that be like enough of an excuse to? Could you like send a photo to your boss and be like, I can't come in. A frozen tree ate my car. I can't come in.
It instantly goes. It instantly turns into ice, and if that sits over one area for a very long time, and it's very unusual, you'll have those huge buildups.
And that's what I think everyone needs to be sort of reminded of when it comes to freezing rain. It's falling as liquid. It's freezing on contact, and that's where we see that buildup. So, Mark, my next.
What if you were out walking in the freezing rain? Has anyone ever been like mummified by the... Okay, I'm gonna stop.
Question is, why is December such a popular month for these types of storms?
Because you have that extremely variable temperatures. You're still getting a little bit of that warm air.
Oh, look at the way this current like goes. It very conveniently like misses a lot of the eastern United States. That's very convenient for me. But it does, this cold current does seem to touch some of the western states, and sure enough, right into Ontario, I think they're right?
Are coming up from the Gulf of Mexico, coming up from the southern states, but at the same time, you're getting that cold air coming down from the Arctic.
Oh, you gotta be, oh my God. Ontario is right where like the cold Arctic air and like the warm southern air meet up? Is that why this happens?
Down from the Arctic. So the jet stream hasn't really pushed itself far enough south to really keep that cold air in one spot, the way we see in, say, January and February. Instead, what we're getting is just a little bit of warm air moving in, and you can get those extremely variable conditions, and that's where you get the freezing rain.
All right, now we all know a little bit more about ice storms and those memories from back in 2013.
Yeah, those fond memories, those wonderful memories of freezing your butt off and your car getting hit by a tree. Those wonderful memories of 2013. Okay, that's it. Jeez! You know, I do feel like I have a much better grasp of what it's like, and also like how well you Canadians handle this kind of stuff. And also I understand why this happens, or why it happened in southern Ontario specifically. Like the weather and the meteorology has to be like perfect, and it's crazy, and geez. This is crazy. This was really actually kind of cool for me to see. I don't really get to experience stuff like this, so I can see it vicariously in the comfort of my warm room. But I did enjoy this quite a bit. Anyway, if you enjoyed this, feel free to give this video a like or leave a comment with your thoughts on this 2013 ice storm. If you experienced this Ontario ice storm. That'd be cool to hear about too. Feel free, leave a comment. And if you're interested in more videos like this, me reacting to Canada and seeing Canadian things I've never seen before, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching and see you next time.